I received a random surge in my views a few days ago, and I was struggling to comprehend why until I went on my feed and I saw a "What's Your Father" meme by X. I saw a meme of people making fun and laughing at X for the way that he approached this interview right here. If you haven't seen the interview, I'll show you a clip of it right here.
Do you have any relationship with your father? I mean,
What's that? What's a father?
People are laughing at him, people are making fun of him and mocking him for the way that he talked in this interview. I have a lot of comments saying you can feel the pain in his... You can see this. People are saying this over and over and over again. I've been trying to understand what exactly surrounded it, and I've made up my own conclusions. I've seen on Reddit, Ski Mask has even came out to say that most of us aren't as successful as X is, and he kind of looks down at this behavior by the fans around X and the way that they've been making these memes about him. Even I have seen like this puffer face one right here where his face gets big. I've seen one with the shooting beams. I've seen different ones about X and this "What's Your Father" meme. But if we really look into X and we really try to analyze why exactly he would say this, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but the people that do want to hear that, who do want to look into it, you do know that he did not have his father in his life. He did not have a father figure in the early years of his life growing up. He did not have somebody there for him who would help him guide into being a man, help him guide into being the person that he wanted to be. He was out in violence. Even his mom didn't know how to properly take care of him. He had to fend for himself in a lot of situations where he didn't have his father because his father was unfortunately incarcerated and his father wasn't there for him. Now, a lot of this really stems from that. You can see it in his eyes that he wants to say that he doesn't have a father. He doesn't know what a father is because he didn't have a father figure there for him. He had to figure it out by himself. Now, this can be funny to a lot of people. It can be funny the way that people say that, oh, X was so deep, X was so this. But a lot of the words that he did say resonates with people. If you're in happy times, it's hard to look into these sad times, look into these people who are struggling and try to feel their pain. It's hard to be empathetic. I understand it's hard to be empathetic. We can be empathetic with people. Empathetic being that you feel what somebody else is feeling. You can feel what somebody else feels if you go through the same stage as them. But if you don't, you might just laugh at them. You might just mock them. You might just think it's funny or they're trying to act some type of way to get something. We know that on the DJ Academics live streams, if you go back and watch them and you start reading the comments, you start seeing people say really bad stuff about X, saying that he's all fake deep and everything that he says is just for attention. People will say that back then. They did say that. When X passed away, for the next 6 years, we had a time for when people really valued this guy and valued his knowledge and really looked at it for what it is. Even through my YouTube channel, I made a lot of videos about X and I've talked about him a lot on this channel, trying to break down his character, the stuff that he taught, and the way that we can apply that to our own lives. And looking at all of this, I really understand and feel for this guy and the stuff that he did go through. Obviously, he did do a lot of bad stuff and he wasn't the best person in any sense. He was not the best person. He was trying to grow himself. Yes, he was trying to grow himself, and we did see evolution happen. But at the time frame where this was recorded in 2017 on the Fader interview, he was not the best person. He even denies the Geneva situation on this tape. He even denies that. I'll play that for you guys right here too, just for proof.
She was already bruised on her face. All while she was staying with me, she was already bruised on her face. Now with the severe bruising, I don't know how the fucking severe bruising came about, but she had like bruises on the left side of her face when she was at Bruno's. I think she got jumped. That's what I told everybody, like, yo, she got jumped. Cause the way she was fucked up, I think she got jumped. They're not gonna admit to it. I don't give a fuck. That's not my part of the story. I didn't beat her, nor do I give a fuck about who beat her at this time, because now I know she's an evil bitch. There's a story.
He denies that situation right there, and you see that he wasn't in the right headspace even for any of this. He tried to show his best, he tried to be his best and become better, and we did see that stages of becoming better. But the things that matters is the way that he made the fans feel. He made the fans feel a different type of way. He provided positivity to fans in all of his concerts and the way that he talked and the way that he approached situations. Now, for me, it's kind of weird that this meme is going viral. I understand people are just trying to get a laugh out of it. People are really enjoying it. And people love mocking people, especially people that are dead, and making fun of them. And that's kind of weird to me, too. It's kind of weird that the guy's not here to defend himself. And there's multiple ways that he could look at it. If X was here, I wouldn't be surprised if he did laugh at this. And he would be like, hey, that's kind of funny. You guys are making fun of me, but at the same time, he might not take it that way. We don't know how he would have taken it in any situation. We can only observe and inspect it, but we can't really say conclusively how he would have reacted to that situation if it did happen. So what am I getting at with all this? I'm just getting at the fact that there's more to the story than what we say. As I mentioned, there's more to the story than just this simple meme and making fun of a dead man. Yes, you can make fun of him. Yes, I talk about him too, so I'm in the same boat as all of y'all if we're really gonna. But all in all, I really hope people take a second to really observe who this guy actually actually was. And even if they're making fun of it, even if they're making these memes and posting these and resharing these with their friends, I really hope people take a second, you guys take a second to look into the type of person that X was and the type of stuff that he talked about. Do your own research about what he talked about, do your own research on what he believed in, and listen to his music. Give a listen to his music, see if it actually resonates with you, see if some of the stuff that he says in his music or some of the stuff that he goes through in his own life resonate with you, because you might learn something much greater than laughing. Laughing is cool, it's great to have good times, but sometimes there's a more serious side, sometimes there's a side where you have to focus and you really have to learn something from that situation. There's so much we can learn in this life. Every day is a learning opportunity. We're not going to live every day the best to our own lives. I don't even live every day to the best of my own lives. I make the mistakes every single day too. I try to grow from them, and sometimes I don't try to grow from them, and that's okay too. It will all come around. It will all come around to everybody in this world. If you truly want something, it will come to you, because that's how the universe works. It comes in that type of way. It comes for those that believe, and there's a longing out there. If you really long for something, if you truly want something, it will come to you. And those are the stuff that X talked about too. And yeah, he's influenced me in my own life. The way that I live my life, I definitely look up to X in some type of way, and I really look up to the way that he taught and the books that he read and the way that he analyzed the world. There's so much to learn about the way that people view the world and the way that people analyze stuff. Even for my own self, I try to walk through life and I try to learn from other people, and sometimes I don't try to learn from other people, and there's the up and the down days. Everything is moving in rhythm and polarity, and it's all going to work out at the end of the day, because it always does. It always works out at the end of the day. And even if these memes are viral right now, in a few months we're going to forget about them, we're going to move forward with them. So at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal, it's not the end of the world that what X would have thought about this. Let's just enjoy it, and let's just take a second to actually look at what type of person he was and how we can apply some of the stuff that he said in his life to our own selves. I hope some of the words that I did say really motivated some of y'all, and it really got to y'all heads, and I hope we're on the same vibration today. All in all, thank you guys for watching this YouTube video. If you love the way that I talk and the things that I talk about, please make sure to check out one of my other videos. I'll have one up in the corner right here for you. It's very similar to this one. I'll explain stuff, and it'll be about hip hop, rap, or spirituality. So I love y'all guys. Thank you so much. This is Blue Vanity. Take care.